Okay.
We're live, man. I believe we are live. That was a lot of fun technical difficulties that we deal with every time. I don't know if
I
that's
don't.
because of me or just technology in general. Anyway, this is the One Mic, One Game podcast call-in show. I'm one of your hosts, Mike.
I'm the other one, Dan.
And I really hope that we can hear you, Dan, because who knows what the hell is going on, man.
I don't know. Let me go to the live feed here.
All right. Well,
real
while you're
quick.
doing that, I'm going to explain what's going on. So this is a live call-in show. We do every first and third Tuesday of the month. I think I heard myself in the background there.
You did, because I second and I could hear myself on the stream, so I think we're good.
All right. So yeah, this is a call-in show that we do the first and third Tuesday of every month. And we bring up a topic and we discuss that for each show. And this topic, this particular week, happens to be that game you sold and regretted immediately. I'm going to flash the number up here on the screen in a moment. But before we get started, we're going to go through games that we played this past week, what we got coming up for the next show, and what we got going on next week. Actually, we got something going on big next week. With that being said, Dan, how hard was this list for you to come up with, considering you had over, I don't know, 3,000 games at one point?
Actually, well, when we get to it, you'll see that the list wasn't that hard for me to come up with. So,
oh, there were some hard ones for you to come up with. Is that what you said?
no, it was really easy for me to come up with the list.
Oh, okay, yeah. I had to go through my list, and it was kind of eye-opening to see which games I actually repurchased. And I've even got one that I repurchased and then sold the second time. And both times, I don't think I ever played the game. Just,
Nice.
that's me.
That is part of what I want to discuss too. Yes.
Yeah, the issue of buying games and not actually playing them. Is that part of the problem?
Yeah. That's the crux of what I want to talk about when it comes around to my turn. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, with that being said, let's get the phone up for people to call in. So this is how it works, people, just to kind of set the tone. First of all, dial-in number is 564-333-9433, 564-333-9433. Just call in. We're not gonna sit here and talk for eons. We're just gonna propose the question. You're gonna give us your answer and give us a little insight as to why you regret this game that you sold and regretted immediately. So anyway, Dan, do you want to get started here, or you want me to start?
You go ahead and start this time. I started last time.
Okay. I'm going to start. Well, we've got, I don't know, I have 3 games with maybe one honorable mention going into this. And this is the only game that I didn't repurchase, and probably because it's so damn expensive now, or at least it's hard to get into it. So my first game that I sold and regretted immediately was Marvel Champions. And let me get this pulled up here.
Yep.
So Marvel
I
Champions.
sold that one too.
Oh, you did? Okay. Marvel Champions, the card game. This is not necessarily a living card game, but a game where you can build your own deck for your hero. You are choosing what missions or what issues are going on, and you're gonna, fight the bad guys, etc. I had everything from the time that this game launched, including all the superheroes, like all the extra stuff, all the way through, I want to say, the X-Men, which was kind of like a larger expansion for this game. I had like one of those big baseball card, 1,500 card boxes that I kept everything in. And I loved the game. I just never got it to the table. And I don't know if it was because just nobody to play with. I mean, you can easily solo this game, two-hand it in solo if you want to. But now, I mean, the reason why I regret this so much is because now that my grandkids are actually playing CCGs, they understand a lot of the technicalities that go into a game like this. And I just know that Graham would absolutely love this game if this was explained to him, because he picks up on stuff really quick. So, and I just don't want to spend the money on picking this thing up again. So maybe I'll get the base game and, you know, kind of introduce it that way and kind of get back into it slowly. But my first choice is Marvel Champions, and I had like the burger tokens. I forget.
Yes.
I think the name of the company is Burger. I think the company is actually called Burger Tokens, where you take pennies and they're like an acrylic. It's not acrylic. It's like a soft acrylic or whatever. But you stick them to both sides of the pennies, and then they look like really nice fat tokens. You know, they look like burger buns on either side. But anyway, this is my number one or my third choice, Marvel Champions. What do you got to say about this, Dan?
This is a good one for me to roll into what I want to talk about when it comes around to me, because as I tend to do, I completely fail at the actual assignment that's given to me each time we do one of these shows. And I swear I sat down because, like you said, I had at one point 2,700 and some games.
Oh, by the way, there's a picture of the burger tokens. That's what they look like. They're very cool. I highly recommend them. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, Dan.
And I had all these games, and I've really got rid of a lot of them. I mean, I'm down, my collection, my personal collection is maybe down to 130, 140 games now from that number. And I sat down because I knew this is what we were going to be talking about. And I was thinking, what game that I sold out of all of those that I regret that I would buy again?
Right.
And I couldn't come up with a single one. I have absolutely zero regrets for selling any of my games. Oh,
okay.
And that brings me into talking about things like the Marvel Champions. There's so many games out there nowadays that you have a base game, but you have tons and tons of add-on material like this game does.
Yeah.
Which really turns into more of like a lifestyle game. You have to play game X that has this many add-ons so many times if you have all of these expansions to get the entire content out of it.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a bad thing when people like me in the past, and I know you've been guilty of this, and every single person we know is guilty of this.
Yeah.
You have like 20 of those games.
At least.
At least.
Or at least I do. I mean, not everybody does, but yeah.
The idea of I'm going to get to it rattles around in our head so many times. And the reality is you ain't going to get to it. You're just not. You have to really hone in on what you like and pare that collection down. No one needs more than, I mean, even what I have, 120, 130 or something like that, that's too many.
Yeah. Are you turning this into a calling episode, Dan?
Yeah, yes, I am. Partially. I believe there are some times that this would really apply. You know, hey, I sold something. Now I'm like, oh, I really want to play that again. But that is a great way to say, instead of leaving that game on your shelf and getting dusty and not getting played, sell it. Yeah. Because guess what? You can buy it again if you regret it.
This is true. Yeah, most games are like that. I would agree that most games you could easily buy again if you need to. I mean, there's a few rare ones out there, and I was hoping, because I know that you had some rare games in your collection, and I'm not sure if you still own them, and that's kind of like maybe what I was targeting. I was hoping to hear you mention was, yeah, this game, it's out of print, it's very hard to find, or it's real expensive. And, you know, anyway, but I totally agree with you. We all have several games in our collection that we just don't have time for. At least I do. I know that you do. I'm paring my collection way down at this point, and we'll circle back around. I've got something to say about that. Anyway, so my number one, Marvel Champions. Dan, what is your number one or your number three or whatever? We're doing the countdown.
Oh, I have none.
Awesome. Okay.
So I'm just going to talk about
the games that I regret.
Not just that, but when it comes after, I'm going to give up the mic so you can go to your next one, and then I'll talk some more about, making the decisions on getting rid of games and not regretting it later.
Okay. All right. Hey, I like the twist on this. So anyway, my first one was Marvel Champions. Those of you that are watching, we've got a whopping, well, I'm in the chat, you're in the chat, so it's the chat number -2. We technically have 2 people in the chat. This is we're getting ready to reach new ground here. Mason is saying that he Mason has a copy of Marvel Champions for me. Mason's my son that lives in Florida.
As
Mason,
long as he's
you hold on to it, please. And
yeah,
next time
hold
I
on
go
to that
Florida,
copy of. Hold on to that copy of Tyrants too. Don't let him get anywhere near that.
Okay, so my number 2 is, and now this was going to be my. No, screw it. We're going to go number 2. My number 2 is Venom Assault. Venom Assault, which I know that you know, Dan.
That's one that I kept.
Oh, is that one that you kept? Okay, cool.
Yep, love that game.
Yeah, awesome. So Venom Assault, if my chat would work here, let's see if it's going to work for me. Or if my, oh, I knew you were going to freaking do that to me. Anyway, let's see if I can get it working here. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Okay, we're going back to the main screen here then, Dan. Venom Assault, this is going to be great for the video. Venom Assault is, this was before, who was it, Mattel or Hasbro released the rights to the G.I. Joe franchise to do a board game, or I think the creator of this board game tried to do it with the G.I. Joe characters, and it was either too much money or he couldn't get the rights to it. I think you have a little bit more insight on this.
I think you're going down the right track there. I can't remember if it was couldn't afford it or wasn't allowed to use it. I can't remember which one it is, but it was something along those lines. And
okay. So,
because of that,
yeah,
I actually like the parody stuff that they do more than if it was the licensed product.
So do I, because it's funny. Like you look at, so let me describe the game real quick here. So anyway, it's a deck builder. It's a co-op deck builder where you've got like a map of the world, and you choose a mission that you want to fight, and you set it up, and you are fighting Venom, not Cobra, but you're fighting Venom, who is the bad guy, and you have your basic vehicles and characters like soldiers or grunts that you're using in your main deck, and then as you're building up your deck, you get powerful, and you're trying to defeat this mission or complete this mission before time runs out or whatever it may be. But the enjoyment that I got out of it when I played with you the couple of times was looking at the cards, and you're like, oh yeah, that's Roadblock, or oh yeah, that's supposed to be Snake Eyes or Scarlet,
right.
And they were like, they were so close. I'm surprised the company didn't get sued, because the characters were so freaking close to what they actually were in G.I. Joe. So this one I bought after I played it with you. I think it was it Winter Escape or maybe Dice Tower East? I don't know. But I loved it so much, and I was like, oh man, I would totally play this game, and bought it. I think they did a second Kickstarter with an expansion. That's where I got, and I bought the mat and everything, and I think I played it once and ended up selling it. And then I saw it locally here. After I moved here, I saw it locally at Meeple's Games right down the street on their used game shelf for like $20. And I was like, oh, well, for $20, I mean, bought it. never played it again. And then it was just occupying space on my shelf. So I was kind of like, screw it. I'm not going to do it. And yeah, so I ended up selling it, making room on my shelf for, condensing everything into one set of shelves over there. Yeah. So what do you got to say about that, Dan?
That game I really, really like. That's one of the ones that I kept. I mean, I'm finding out that I really like deck builders. I have a large amount of deck builders or games that I've kept, like all the what are the ones that oh God, I can't, oh, Legendary. Yeah, Legendary.
Okay.
They have
Yeah.
all those systems with different IPs and stuff. I have like 10 of those and I love playing all of them.
Uh-huh.
And this is along the lines of that, but I really like the not GI Joe characters in this game. I mean, I have a GI Joe deck builder. I think it was from Renegade Games. I have that and I enjoy that, but it's just something really fun about just coming close enough to that IP but still getting away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
And the game itself is fun, not just that aspect of it. There's just lots of cool stuff in the game.
Yeah. 100%. So we've got my kids are watching. They're giving us sympathy here. So Morgan, Mogo Mountain, not a personal game that I sold, but I was pretty bummed out when I found out that you sold your copy of DC Deck Builder game. Lots of memories playing that game. Yeah. That was the game that actually got me into the hobby. A friend invited me over one night, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna play board games," and I was kind of like, typical, what, like Monopoly or no, DC Deck Builder, real easy. So anyway, I've told this story before, but anyway, when he explained it to me, it was like my mind was like totally freaking blown. Like, holy crap! Like, this actually makes sense, and you can build a cool deck, and you're playing these characters. That started me on the trend of playing strategy board games. But yeah, I had a big collection of DC Deck Builder too, like all the dual stuff, and it got into that so much content. I was about to say crap. So much content for it that you're just never going to play it all. And, when you first see it, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, this game is going to hit the table. I'm going to play all of this. And then you're either playing the base game over and over again, or you just never get around to all the content. So that one I ended up selling. I think I outgrew DC Deck Builder. It just, there's a couple of broken things in the game. Man of Steel, which is the Superman card, which is like way overpowered, and the Wonder Woman one, I forget what it's called, like Diana or something, whatever it is, where you can keep recruiting all the enemies for free off of the purchase row. If those come out early in the game, it's a miserable game to play. I mean, it is fun, but it's just, I just kind of got over it, and there's better deck builders out there for that genre.
Yeah, that was my experience. I never got around to buying that game because the 2 or 3 times that I played it, that combo came up. Somebody that was playing came up with that combo every time, and just like you said, the game was it was like 5 minutes in, it's like, whoop, can't win.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we even going to keep playing?
I think the last time I played it was with you, and was it Pete?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what made me decide that I do not ever want this game in my collection.
Yeah. He got Man of Steel like maybe second round or third round
it was
in
way
the game.
Early, yeah.
And it was like every turn was, like you said, it was like a 5-minute turn. It's just, okay, we're not going to win. But yeah. So anyway,
sucked
number
the fun
2.
right out of it. Yeah, that broken combo. No.
Yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent there. My second choice was Venom Assault, which I did acquire twice and sold twice. All right, so my next one, I've got 2 more. And again, if anybody's watching, you want to call in, we'd be happy to hear from you. Dial-in number is on the screen there. It's 564-333-9433. We would love to hear from you. You would be our first call We still haven't gotten a call yet. I'm not advertising the show really, but hopefully we get somebody to call in. Who knows? And if you do, we may keep you on as a permanent co-host for the night.
You win.
You win. Yeah, right. You'll win the internet tonight. Who knows? Okay, so my number 3. This one I did the Kickstarter. This was when I lived in Florida. Did the Kickstarter, played the introduction mission to it. Not really a legacy game per se, but there's narrative based, which I absolutely love narrative based games. I just don't get to play them very often. Sold it, and then it went on sale. This was a Lucky Duck game. This went on sale, like everything went on super cheap sale. And I was like, screw it. Rob from the Beans and Dice podcast, who we're friends with, he kept talking about, oh, I've been playing this game with my, I think it was with his daughter that he's been playing it, or maybe his daughter and his son. But this is Destinies, which is Lucky Duck uses their QR code scanning system where it does use an app, but you scan it, and kind of similar to their Chronicles of Crime system. They've done a couple of games. The Dark Quarter was another one, which I almost bought, which I didn't. But anyway, I ended up buying everything for Destinies. I think it was maybe $100 shipped, which is like a stupid steal. It's still sitting in shrink on my shelf. That was a while ago. I do want to play it. This is one, like a lot of the games I look at and I'm like, I'm never going to play it. It goes right to the sale shelf at this point, in my life. But this is one that I keep when the time is right. I got it for a super good deal. I've got the room on my shelf at this point. I'm going to hold on to it and hopefully get it played. But who knows? Dan, what do you got to say about this?
That is a common refrain from all of us that we need to probably break the habit of, is looking at a game that is still sitting in shrink on our shelf and going, when the time comes, I'm going to bust that thing open and it's going to be the best experience I've ever had. And reality is it's going to get sold in shrink because you're going to be afraid to open it, because then the resale value is just like driving a car off the lot as soon as you pop the shrink off of that bad boy. So yeah, that's something that when I was trying to get rid of games and not regretting it later, I would look at all these games and shrink on my shelf and say, why do I have a showroom in my house of games that are brand new that people can look at and go, oh, that's nice, it's still in shrink. Yeah. If you're going to buy a game and you're not going to get that shrink off, and me personally, I give myself 3 months. If the shrink is not off in 3 months and I haven't learned it, it's going out the door. It's getting sold. That's a good tip. You want to set a time frame for yourself for not just new games, but when you're looking at your collection overall, you go, okay, I'm going to say, what have I not played in the past calendar year? Or 365 days.
See, a year sounds a little more realistic for me. 3 months, that's like really pushing it.
Well, you got
rid of games all the time then.
Sure, and it's a personal choice, but I mean, just giving yourself a serious set of parameters and sticking to them, and not doing the someday I'm going to get to that game and it's going to be so awesome. No, just sell it because it's probably going to go on sale again. It's probably going to be easy to get again. Plus, are you really going to get to it with the other 100 games you have in your collection, or 200 or 500 or whatever people have on their shelves? And this is coming from somebody that had a serious case of FOMO, got to have all the expansions, got to have all the stuff for every game. So I'm not saying that that's a point of view that I haven't experienced, but I finally broke out of that cycle. So
I was starting to feel personally attacked there for a little bit, Dan.
I'm attacked. So look, everybody, look at me. I'm looking. I think I'm looking directly.
Attacking me on my show.
I'm talking to all of you out there. I'm attacking everybody at the same time, not just you. This is an assault.
Okay.
We have to get your game collections down, people.
This is a venom assault, folks.
And you have to get rid of them in a way that You won't regret it later.
You won't regret it. Okay. Hey man, I'm not gonna deny you that. I will admit some of these games were a little hard for me to come up with on the regrets scale. But this last one that I'm going to get into here is one that I don't. This was the first one that came to mind. But anyway, we'll get around to that. Again, folks, this is a call-in show. Call in, make up a game. I don't even care at this point. Call in and say. I was about to say something racist, but that probably wouldn't be very fun. Let's not do that, people.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
A douche nozzle. So anyway, my final game. This one I had for a while, played it quite a bit, and then it just stopped hitting the table. And then I don't know if it was because it was on sale or I saw somebody selling it real cheap. And I was like, you know what? I actually did like that game when I had it. And I ended up buying, and it's a small box. It's more of a long square or a long square vertical wise. But
like
this
a rectangle?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, well, I mean, the footprint is a square, but it is, this is Onitama. This is a 2-player only. Kind of, God damn it, Dan. I'm going to try and get this damn browser working here again. This did this to me last time, and I was not too happy. Let's see.
This is some of the most compelling streaming content that you guys are going to ever get out there. I mean,
without a doubt.
We are fumbling and failing to bring things up on the screen like no other streaming cast can do. Yeah.
I should have a backup system, and I don't. Well, it's not working, so oh well. So Onitama is it's a 2-player only, kind of like chess. The setup is you have your 2 rows of units, I think. I'm trying to remember this, or X number of units, and you are going to draw a couple of cards that are the only moves that you can take in the game. And it's kind of like chess moves, but you have options with people. So you may be able to go up, like, there's a grid that you're playing on. And the object of the game is to either get, I think, capture the other person's sensei or get into their dojo on their side with one of your units. And somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. So these cards that you play, the really neat thing is there's 3 cards total, and each card, you shuffle them up and you deal 3 out of X number that you have. And there is, I think there's 1 card in the middle that's face up, and then you have your card that's face up and the other person's card that's face up. And whenever you take your turn, there's like X number of spaces that you can move. So maybe you can move like diagonal 1 space or diagonal the other way, or you can go up 2 and over 1, or, and they all have like these little names the artwork is really cool. But once you take that move, then you put that card into the middle and you take the middle card, and now you have that card to work off of. And then the person across from you takes their turn from their card, and then they pick up your card, and then they swap out their card. So these moves are constantly moving around, going through this cycle, but it allows you to, well, I know, and you can see the other card that they're playing with over there, so you can set up your moves. There is a lot of strategy in this game where you can, okay, well, I know if I do this, he won't be able to do this because I can see the moves that he can take, and I can get my guy out of there before he gets the next card, or, something like that. So anyway, that's Onitama. There's a couple of expansions for it. I had one expansion, which is just more of the same. You mix in the cards, which I love those types of expansions where you don't have to learn a new mechanism. It's just mix it in and you're good to go. You can explain it with brand new people. There doesn't change anything or very little. And I taught another game for Graham. I taught this one to Graham, my grandson, and he's requested to play this more than once when he comes over. So this is a game that I'm glad I repurchased it because it is actually hitting the table and getting played. So this was the first one that came to mind when I stated this topic that we were going to do. Dan, have you ever acquired a game that you sold, reacquired a game that you ever sold?
No. That's why I had such a hard time coming up with one that I regretted because I've never repurchased something I sold. I brought what I'm about to say. I've brought this up before, talking about getting rid of games and not regretting it. And I think it was when we were talking to Mike, and it was you, and Wayne. I think it might have been on the Beans and Dice podcast. I can't remember who all was there.
Yep.
But I was talking about getting rid of games, and I said, if you've got some games that you haven't played in a long time or haven't played at all, pull them off the shelf and look at them and think to yourself, if these games magically disappeared, would I run out and buy them right away again?
Yeah.
And that's a really good way to, have that internal dialogue with yourself. Is, am I keeping this on my shelf because I have an emotional attachment to it, or am I going to really, really play it sometime or not? So that's a good question to ask yourself. If it magically disappeared, no one's, no house fire or anything like that. If it was just gone, are you going to run out and buy it again right away?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good question to ask. And that's been getting me on this trend of selling more and more games off my shelf, because the more and more I look at my shelves, I'm like, I don't even remember the last time I played this game.
Yeah, I have that problem too.
Yeah. There will be a topic that we're going to do on another week that I already thought about that kind of revolves around what we're discussing here, that I think more people would be able to relate to. But that's for another time. That was all my games that I sold and regretted, quote unquote, regretted. And we're going to move into, let's talk about what we're doing next week, Dan. What is going on next week?
Give me about 30 seconds before we get into that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It was a couple shows ago. I wasn't here. I was out of town.
Yes.
And you had the topic of what was the mechanic that you didn't,
the one mechanism
that everybody likes.
That everybody loves, but you can't stand. Yes.
Right. I have two. One honorable mention.
Oh,
since I didn't get to talk about it last time, and I'm going to make this
here, people.
Yeah, flashbacks. I'll make this quick. One is betting and bidding games. I don't like those type of games unless it's a card game like poker and there's money on the line. That's different. And the one mechanism I really, 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 really do not like
Yes.
is real-time elements like ready, set, bet, and stuff like that. My ADD rattled brain cannot keep up with what's going on in a real-time game. I need a moment to collect my thoughts, because a few times that I've tried ready, set, bet, the horses take off, I grab my chips and I just go plop, 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 and I just sit there and watch everybody else because I have no way to keep up. My brain won't let me.
Ready, set, bet is like a double whammy for you because you're betting and it's real time.
So
you're really screwed on that one.
Yeah. That wasn't
so the as far as the bidding goes, what about Big Top?
See, now that you mentioned
There's
that,
exceptions to every rule.
There are exceptions to every rule. Yep. I think I like that one because of it's not just outright bidding. You're also working with, I do like number games. So you're working with the numbers to try and figure out what's a good number so I can get this on my card and keep it off other people's cards and stuff like that. And I think that aspect of it makes it a game that I like to play, even though there's that bidding aspect to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And there's always exceptions to every rule. Morgan put boxcars. That's
what's that?
That's a ready, set, bet thing. When I like playing ready, set, bet, I love ready, set, bet. But I like doing the announcing more than anything because then I get my old timey, announcer voice. The horses are in the pen, and anytime double sixes are rolled, that's called boxcars.
Boxcars, okay,
boxcars. So anyway, that's funny that he mentioned that. All right, so yeah, that was. I'm glad that you mentioned those because you were supposed to get me some videos on that, and you screwed me over, Dan. But I think I held off pretty well. I held on pretty good. Anyway, so next week we've got a con to go to.
We're going to be in Vegas.
It's going to be in Vegas, baby. So Dice Tower West is happening next week. we probably mentioned it on the last show that we did, but now
We did, yeah.
it's here. It's next week. We're flying in Tuesday, the 10th, I
Yep.
think, and we're staying through Monday. We're flying out Monday. That
Yes.
way we get everything going on. And speaking of selling games, I am bringing an entire second suitcase to fit all the games in that I actually sold during the virtual flea market, which is making even more room on my shelves. So I'm happy about that. And I'm only buying one game, I think. Oh yeah, because I got outbid. I was going to pick up La Famiglia, The Great Mafia War, which I love that game. It's a 4-player only game, semi-co-op kind of, but got outbid on that one. I'm not gonna. It got up to like $35. You probably can't touch it for less than 80, but I don't want it that bad. I don't need it occupying space on my shelf. So I'm only getting one game that was on my wish list. Yeah.
Very good.
So as far as Dice Tower West goes, though, it's going to be you. It's going to be Nick Oben, also from Beans and Dice community in Florida, and myself. And I am mentally prepared. I am ready to get a break from everything going on in this world right now. How about you, Dan?
I am more than mentally prepared.
You're already there.
Me and Nick are on the same flight, so I'm gonna swing by his house in the morning on Tuesday and pick him up, and my wife's gonna drop us both off at the airport. So that'll be nice to get out of Florida. I should say it's nice to get out of Florida for a little while, but I just got back from New York. I was there for a week, so it's not like I'm
freaking retired people.
Well, I mean, what can you do? You two, look.
You're doing it right, man. You're traveling, so I can't argue with you.
Yeah,
I'm just
what you got to do. I'm gonna give everybody a secret on how to retire early.
Oh, I already know what the answer is. Go ahead.
Marry a wealthy woman, like I did. Marry a woman or a man, doesn't matter. Marry somebody that is much smarter than you and has a lot more money. It works out really well.
Yeah, it can work out very well, and it obviously has worked out in your favor. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I've hit the spouse lottery, so I don't even play the regular lottery because I'd probably just end up with cancer and die if I tried to test luck any further than I already have.
That's why you sit at the dime Keno machine in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm a high roller. I play those high stakes machines. I don't have that Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Luck that you got.
Man. Lady luck. Yeah. So I think we kind of discussed this last time, but other than I'm gonna have your mat for you. I got a very cool Tyrants of the Underdark play mat from a person on Etsy, and I'm gonna tell you something, Dan. I saw this and I was like, whoa, this is going to be badass. Like, I got to buy this. So the shipping was kind of crazy, but the person was like, same shipping, we'll throw 2 mats in there. Perfect. I'll bring the one to you when we go to Vegas. And in the photos that she had on her Etsy page, she also had individual player mats, like for the different factions or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
And I asked her about it. I was like, do you have those player mats? And she's like, no, we don't make those. And I was like, okay, I'm totally cool with with just the main play mat. We get the play mats in. I tell you about it. The next week, I get a notification. Oh, this seller that you purchased from just put something new on their store. I go back. It's a freaking individual player mats.
Maybe they meant they didn't make them like right when you were talking to them. Maybe they made them the next day.
That is bad sales right there. Like,
yeah, that's not a good upsell. No.
I would have gotten 2 complete sets had I known. But anyway, the mat, you're gonna freaking love it. I'm gonna bring it. It's gonna be yours when we depart, but we are going to use it while it's gonna get heavy use while we're there.
Perfect.
Because we're gonna be playing Tyrants every day at least once.
Sure. Yeah, that's the opener each day, and Nick will just get used to it. So
absolutely, he'll have to follow along. But with that being said, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope.
Oh, look at that. Jinx.
Jinx. All right. What's up?
No, while we're there, we want to, do like I don't know, a video log or something that we can put a video together after we're back that we can post on this channel here too. So
I was going to mention that. Yes.
yeah, and we'll talk about the logistics for it when we get off of here, because I don't think everybody wants to hear that. But we definitely want to not just film us. We want to talk to other people there too, hopefully.
Nobody wants to see our ugly mugs. Well, maybe Nick's. I don't know. He's a pretty good looking guy, I guess.
He works out.
Yeah, he works out. So we are going to, well, I say we, who knows what's going to happen, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to come up with our own topic for the day. Nobody's going to know about it. We're just going to walk around with a microphone. We're going to stick a mic in somebody's face and we're going to ask the question and we're going to get an answer. And, I got a pack of stickers with the one mic, one game logo, and I'll hand out stickers, Would
I
you
still
like a free sticker?
I still got a gross of your turn stickers. I should probably just give those to people too. I don't need them.
Oh, that would be cool. You should
Here, have a sticker for a board game cafe that doesn't exist anymore. You're
tell
welcome.
them, check us out online. But just give it to them, and then it'll freaking
Yeah, the
drive them
website's
mad.
still there. It just says permanently closed on it. That's all.
You'll have people banging on the door. What? Hello? I don't see any games in there.
It's an ice cream store now. So.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, so we're going to hopefully be interacting with people there. I don't expect anybody to know who the hell we are from the show, but I think it'll be fun. And then we'll create some shorts of that, and we'll just play it by ear. Other than that, though, and I know I asked this game before, but other than Tyrants, any games that you actually want to get played there? Because there's a couple that I want to play that I'm trying to remember, but anything that you are like, I've been wanting to play this game and I'm now finally with the right group to play it with.
I'm a creature of habit. Especially in my household, and my wife's the same too. So we tend to, like, if we pull a game out to play, like say we're pulling out Cascadia and we're like, oh, let's play this.
Yeah.
And we'll grab a couple other games. We end up just playing that one 4 times in a row. Okay. And then the next time we pull a different game, we play it 2, 3, 4 times in a row. We like that repetition. I don't know. It's just something about racket.
Comfort.
Let's set it up again. So there's nothing on my radar that's new, because I really don't keep track of that much anymore, because I'm still working my way through my own reasonably pared down collection. Sure. I want to get through my games, so I'm not really looking to buy anything else, but anything that's there that you guys want to play, of course I'll give it a try. But I mean, I always like Tyrant and things that I've played before, like was that Unsettled? And,
oh yeah, we got to get that in. When it was just the two of us last time, we played Lost Cities a few times.
Yep.
I mean, that's more of a filler, but still
sure,
good game to play.
Yeah, I have nothing on my radar, so to speak, that's like new, but I'm happy to jump into something to see if I like it or not.
Okay. Would you be down to play? It's probably been a while since you played it, but would you be down to play Too Many Bones?
Yeah, I like Too Many Bones. I know Nick does too. I sold all of my Too Many Bones stuff just because, I mean, I could get a premium for it because it was easy to sell, but also I just don't have time for 25, 30 different long campaign games like that.
You don't? You're retired, man. Come on.
Well, I got more interesting things. We just got a new dog that I'm training. We got a pit bull now.
Out loud, dude. You got a farm over there practically.
Well, we had to rescue her because she was from a puppy mill and they were mistreating her. So,
No,
now we got a pity.
Awesome. Sweet. There was something. Getting back to the topic really quick, but hey, there's still time for you people to call in 564-333-9433 if you want to get in on this game that you sold and regretted immediately. Let's do this, people. Let's get a call in today. I just sold. I just shipped it out this morning, actually. My entire Mystic Veil collection that I did. We keep mentioning the Beans and Dice podcast. People, if you like call-in shows and if you like a bunch of dudes just talking board games, check out the Beans and Dice podcast. They do a live call-in show every Thursday night. at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I've been on the show a few times, or I should say numerous times. Dan's been on the show numerous times. We kind of pop in and out all the time, but Carlos, Rob, and Wayne are the big regulars. They've been running the show for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, something like that.
At least.
At least. They have great content. They'll let you call and talk their ear off for hours. Tell them I sent you. And go call them up. Anyway, I did an unboxing video for the Beans and Dice podcast YouTube channel where I went through the base game and all the expansions for Mystic Vale and just did an unboxing. And it's like an hour-long video. I absolutely will never do something like that ever again because it was miserable by the time I got to the end of it. Stick around for the outtakes at the end. You'll understand why. And I finally, well, I shouldn't say I sold everything all at once. A guy was looking for everything. And I looked at the stats for it in my BG Stats app. Never played it. Never played any of it. Didn't even play the base game. Nothing. I had a broken token insert for it. I had Geek Up bits for the score tokens. Everything. Never played it once. And I was just like, what the flip, man? And that kind of like, that's like supercharging my mind now. Like, okay, I gotta, and that's a big box. I had everything in the Conclave box. So I have finally gotten my shelf collection down to where all the games that I am keeping currently actually fit on the shelf, and I don't have them occupying space on like my for sale shelf over here. So that just goes to show you people, you can spend, I broke even on it, so I don't feel bad about that, but it was like somebody posted, hey, looking for this, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I've ever played that game. I looked, and I was like, nope, never played it. And I carried that from Florida to Washington. So saying I broke even on it doesn't include all the shipping space that it took up.
Yeah.
So
think about all the aggravation you could have passed since you only broke even if you just never would have had it.
Don't even remind me, Dan. I don't want to discuss it. Anyway, so let's.
We have to talk about these things, man.
We do.
No one's ever going to get better.
I agree, unless we discuss them. So we've got Dice Tower West next week. When we get back, the next day is our next show. And I think we should just, yeah.
Holy
we get back Monday, and then it's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be the third Tuesday of the month.
Oh yeah, that's right. But I'm flying to Nashville, so I won't be here
screw
next
you.
for that one.
It's also St. Patty's Day.
I'll be at a concert, so I probably won't be able to call in either.
All right, no worries, man. I'll carry the show, and who knows, we might get a call. But I'll be basically just reviewing what we did at the con. And I'm just going to mention the topic now. We're not done with the show. We're getting what we played this week, or since the last show. But I figured the topic would be what's that? Trying to stay positive, and let's keep everything positive here. That one con memory that has stuck with you for good reasons. And we can all mention some bad ones, like the guy coming out of the stall not washing his hands and then reaching into a bag of trail mix at that one table.
That was going to be the one I was going to talk about.
No, that was great for us because we saw it happen. We'll talk about that later during the show, next show. But let's keep it positive. That one memory, that one con memory that has stuck with you that was positive. Let's keep it light.
And since I won't be here for that, while we're in Vegas, I'll have you film me and I'll talk about it. And okay. You can just play that video. That way we have my take on it. Yeah,
that'll work. Perfect. Any games that you've played the past couple of weeks, Dan?
Past couple of weeks. Well, I think I already said the word Cascadia. I know we
that's
played
a regular
that
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we played that several times. We played Zombicide. We taught my wife's boys the game. Nice. They really liked it. They liked it enough to where they went out and they bought the Zombicide, the Marvel version.
They were bitten by the bug. Yep.
Yeah, they used to play simple games when we had the cafe. They'd find like simple card games and things didn't take a long time, but they're definitely getting into the more complex stuff now, which is nice to see.
Gotcha. Awesome.
But other than that, no, not a lot. With the travel and trying to get back into the swing of things here before I travel again. So
Yeah. All right. So I only got a
And
few
you?
games. Played Tripoli. Have you ever played that? It's like an old card game where you start with
Oh.
like 50 tokens.
I was gonna say that is the old card game. I was
Yes.
like, oh, is he talking about that?
Yeah.
No, I never played it, but I've seen it plenty of times growing up.
I'm gonna point out here that Wayne is like, damn it, did not get the notice. Sorry, I'm so late. Well, you know what, Wayne, as much as you are trying not to call into the show, we still have time and the number's still up. 564-333-9433. Call in. Who knows? We may not even be able to hear you when you call in. We have so many technical issues while we
Awesome.
do this show. So I played Tripoli with the family. That was fun. I've never played that before. At least I don't remember. My wife played it with her mom a ton of times, and my kids went on a cruise recently where they were going out of Fort Lauderdale. So my wife's family is down there, and their aunts and uncle, and so they ended up playing there, and then they ended up bringing home the homemade board where you maintain all the chips, or the betting beans or whatever, and we ended up playing that. And then this past weekend, I played Federation, full player count of Federation. Absolutely love that game. I would like to play that when we get to. Have you've played that, right? Have I taught that?
Yeah, I
to
don't
you?
like that game.
You don't?
No, I don't know. There's just certain games that don't click with me.
Okay.
And that was one. I've played it 3 or 4 times, and each time I'm like,
Oh, all right. Well, if you played it that many times, then and you don't like it, then yeah, there's a damn good chance that you're correct on that. Yeah. Okay. Played Federation, got my ass handed to me. But anyway, the new person to the game, he really liked it. I love that game. I can't get enough of it. We are going to get into, there's like 2 sides to the board that you can play on. We're finally, next time we play, we're going to start mixing in some of the other stuff, get past the base stuff. And then the other game that we played hold on a second here. We're getting a call. Holy crap. Let's see if this works. Beans and Ice. Oh, I was going to say Beans and Ice podcast. Our first call. I've already screwed it up, Dan. What the hell? One mic, one game podcast. Who do we have on the phone?
oh my God.
Wayne, man, what's going on?
Who's this? This is Wayne?
Yeah, it's
Wayne.
what's up?
This is Wayne from Florida. I know, Dan. I'm sorry.
Screwed it up right away.
I totally screwed it up right away. I don't even know.
No.
Talk to me, Wayne. Let me make sure that you're coming through.
Yeah, hello. How's it going, guys?
Okay.
I can hear him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
All right, cool.
I can hear you on the phone, but I can't hear Dan.
Oh, you can't hear Dan on the phone?
I can't hear Dan. No.
Oh.
All right. This is all you, buddy. Go ahead and talk to Wayne.
All right. Well, I'll take over. Dan is handing the show off to me. I'm glad that you let me know that because I'll have to figure that out. I guess I'm not routing his audio into that portion of it. But anyway, we've got Wayne on the phone. Wayne is one of the main members of the Beans and Dice podcast that I just
I
mentioned.
wouldn't say that.
Oh, dude, you're on that show every freaking week. What are you talking about,
I
man?
know. No, it's like I still consider myself a guest.
All
Just a
right.
long range. I'm like the bum that never leaves the couch.
He's been hanging around for years. We just let him stay there. It's like- so Wayne, we have the topic of the night, which is that one game you sold and regretted immediately. I hope that you can fill us in on that. Is there a game that you can actually think of?
I think of that. I only really, to be honest, only started selling games in like the last 2 years.
Okay.
I think the Dice Tyrese flea market. So I don't know if it's been long enough for me to regret. I think, but I will say this: I not so much sold, but I remember having crossbows and catapults as a kid, and
Yeah.
like the moment my wife got pregnant with the first kid, I was thinking, man, I would love to have that game to play with my kid. and I didn't have it. I didn't keep it. Like I left my parents' house. They probably threw it out, or they probably sold it into a garage sale.
Yeah.
And so I remember going out and getting a copy off of eBay of the original Crossbows and Catapults.
Amazing.
To have when my kid was old enough to play. And we played it a ton. And then they had the Kickstarter for Catapult Kingdom, and
not quite as good, right but yeah,
not quite as good, but good enough. And they use that. They use it. Him and his friends play with that all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the one that I can think of as like, had it as a kid, didn't keep it, and reacquired it later in life. So.
Yeah, I used to have that game when when I was young. I used to cheat, put the heavy rubber bands on my stuff, so I could really knock out the walls on the opposing side. That's just how I played the game. But man, I remember the commercials for that game and just thrilled to death that I got that for Christmas that year. And I played the crap out of that game. I'm not following rules or anything. I just played the living crap out of it.
Rules.
Yeah, no rules. Just no, man. That is a perfect choice there. I didn't even think about that because obviously I don't have it in my BG stats, but that one probably just got tossed, honestly, when I was a kid, and just never reacquired it. So, but no, that is a. Anything more recent though that you can think of?
No, I think I might. I did sell a bunch of games in the last couple of years, and the one I did sell is I'm not really sad about it. It's just I wish I probably will regret it later. Is I sold my Battlestar Galactica because I had Battlestar Galactica with all of the expansions.
But you got a pretty penny for that one though, right?
I did. I got a really pretty penny for it. So,
okay.
And I sold it locally, so like I know the person that bought it from me.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that I said if I reached out and said, hey, let's get a game of that going, we probably can. But 10, 20 years now, 15 years from now, that name's never going to be reprinted. I might regret it, but it is a great game. But it's a big game and it's long and
it has its issues.
It's hard to get it played. It has its issues, and so just for the nostalgia of it. But it's like that might be one I regret having sold eventually. But I think it was worth it, to the price.
Yeah, that one almost made my list. I owned just the base game to it, and I picked it up on, I don't know, when I was in Florida for like $80 or something like that when it was it was still out of print, and then just ended up selling it. Like again, just it never got played. I had something similar that I, kind of liked just as much. And I was like, well, sell it, made a few bucks off of it. One of the rare occasions that I actually made money off a game I sold. But yeah. All right. Awesome.
Yeah. I don't really, because I still haven't, I haven't, it's probably not been long enough for me to regret selling any games. And a lot of the games I sold were definitely games I'm not going to regret. I think I do in the next year want to cull more games that I've been like, there's games that are sitting on my shelf that are just not getting played, and I really just need to sell. But and I'm holding on to them for that nostalgia. Oh, I've owned this game for 20 years. I've owned this game for 15 years.
Yeah.
But I got to get over that, just get it sold, and then maybe I'll have a couple more that I regret. So.
Yeah. Dan is nodding in approval. He totally understands where you're coming from, probably more so than most.
Yeah. I have been good about not growing my collection. I'll say that. I think I sold more games than I've bought in the last 3 years. So that's always good. Kind of staying steady at least. So,
yeah.
But, yep.
Got to even it out. All right.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Right.
I'm look at this. I'm gonna shoot some confetti on the screen there for you. Woo-hoo. We got our first call, people. This is Wayne made it a call-in show. Wayne, I 100% appreciate you calling in, even though you were late, and I stuck it to you, and you called in. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Once again, Wayne is from the Beans and Dice podcast. Goes every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Highly recommend watching those guys on YouTube, and call into their show too as well.
Yep.
All right, Wayne.
And then now you got to fix Dan's audio for the call.
And now I got it. I told you, man. Technical difficulties all the time, Dan. And I was so pissed off starting the show tonight, and that's why we were running late. And I was just like, screw it, we're gonna wing it, and here we are.
I look forward to going back and hearing your frustration.
All right, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
Holy crap! Now, granted, it was a friend of the show, but I don't care.
Well, we know that the calls half work.
They half work. At least I can listen to him, and he can't hear you.
I could hear him just fine, and just he can't hear me.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to figure that out. Who knows what the hell is causing that issue?
If not, like I said, I'll get a whiteboard and I'll just start drawing things to hold it up.
Sounds like a plan. I think that let me see. What was I talking about? Oh, just finishing up really quick. So last game that I played this past weekend was Bus. Have you ever played that, Dan?
Is that the little like gum stick game?
No, it's
In the
bigger.
little
It's
tiny
a smaller
box?
game, but it's bigger than that. It's if,
Oh.
if my web browser worked, I'd be able to pull it up. But it has the mechanism, the action mechanism is kind of like dominant species, where you're placing your tokens out on a action progression that you go top to bottom, left to right, and depending on where your token is, then you get to be able to take that particular action. And what you're doing is you're running bus routes, you're expanding your bus routes, and you're trying to bring passengers to their destination. And there's like a little time dial, so the passengers will go from home to work, and then from work to the bar, and then from the bar to home. And each round, that time can move to the next time, and you have to have your routes in place, and how many buses you have depends on how many people you can take on that one turn. But the one cool mechanism where you can kind of screw somebody over is you can actually stop time, where instead of going from work to the bar, for argument's sake, you stop time and the people stay at work. So when they come out of work, they just go right back into work and they can't be transported anywhere. So you can you get negative points for doing that, but you can kind of screw people out of like a really big move for that particular turn, or you can screw everybody out of possible big moves for that particular turn. Average score is like 8 to 12 points at the end of the game. And once your markers are used up, or once 3 out of the 4 players' markers are used up, then that triggers the end of the game. First time I ever won the game, and I came back from behind. I was very surprised that I was actually able to win that game. But that would be one that I would, I think you might enjoy that one, that I would teach you and Nick when we get the Dice Tower West.
Well, we'll have to try that one out. But also, I just want to mention real quick, you unlocked a core memory when you were talking about that there, because you mentioned the game Dominant Species. Don't say anything.
I won't.
But we have a great con story that comes along with Dominant Species.
I totally forgot about that, man.
I don't know if it's going to fit the parameters for,
it fits.
Does that fit?
Because we laugh about it every single, and we love telling that story.
That's the story that I'm going to tell. Then
Perfect.
for the video for the show that I'm not going to be there.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, I won't say anything. We'll save it for the next show. I love it. All right, so that's the show. We got our first caller. We've got 5 people in the chat.
Wow.
Well, it's us 2. It's probably
we got 3 people in the chat.
Yeah, we have 3 people in the chat. Wayne, my son Morgan, and my son Mason. Awesome.
Nice.
Great
At one
show.
time it said 6, so there was a stranger in there.
Oh, all right. Well, somebody probably.
Oh, no, that was probably Rob.
Oh, yeah, because Rob was in there earlier. Yeah, where the hell is Rob? Come on, Rob.
He just made a quick comment and left.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that's the show for this week. Once again, this is a show that we do the first and third Tuesday of every month. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern. You see the number at the bottom. I'm going to take that away so we don't see that anymore. And this has been the One Mic, One Game podcast show. Again, once we get back from Dice Tower West, the show is the following day, and it is going to be that one con memory that has stuck with you for positive reasons. Let's keep it positive, people. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm your co-host.
And your video just went out, Dan. What the hell? Oh, I thought you were leaving already. I was like, what the hell? He left. Yeah, so that is the show, and we will see you next week. Week after next week. Jesus, my mind. Anyway.
In 2 weeks.
Yep, in 2 weeks. Have a good night, people.